Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back for another installment of Self-Care Sunday. I know y'all been missing it. I know. But I had to take a break from Self-Care Sunday because honestly, I was kind of Self-Care Sunday'd out. I've been doing Self-Care Sunday since I was living in my apartment, which was like over 2 years ago. So we've been doing this pretty much regularly for quite a while. And while I still love my Self-Care Sunday, I was like, I just need, just a little bit of a change. So I gave you guys vlogs on Sunday throughout December. Took a little break because my body was acting crazy. And now I'm back. So if you are new here, because I know I do have a lot of new people here, welcome. Self-Care Sunday is a day that we take out of the week to just sit down, catch up, kiki, shoot shit, and also talk about new deep conditioners. So I pretty much only do deep conditioners in these videos. Sometimes I'll give y'all hair product combos, but usually it's a deep conditioner. And today I am so hyped to try out this Miche Sweet Pumpkin Spice Ayurvedic limited edition deep conditioner. This is a deep conditioner that she launched for Black Friday. Obviously it is limited edition, so it's not on sale at this current moment. That doesn't mean that we'll never see it again though. Michelle often brings back limited edition products because they do so well because her stuff is bomb. I have a lot to talk to you guys about, so let's just hop right into this video. All right, I got my water bottle. If you hear voices in the background, my mom's downstairs teaching. Those of you who know me and have been watching our vlogs, my mom's a teacher. And they're doing everything remote right now. So she's downstairs teaching. But, woo, I just had to do a whole lot of running because Ellie been running me around like a slave. So this is the Miche Sweet Pumpkin Spice Ayurvedic Limited Edition Deep Conditioner. Right here. Let's see if I can bring y'all down. Y'all, full disclosure, I have like a really janky setup right now because my tripod broke. And I'm waiting for my new one to come in. So if at any time things look strange, hopefully they won't. But it's because I literally have my phone taped to this tripod right now. Yeah. All right, back to this deep conditioner. Let's see. It says cozy up this fall and spice up your hair routine with a classic fall favorite. The sweet and decadent Sweet Pumpkin Spice Deep Conditioner is just what your hair has been craving this fall. This deep conditioner is infused with natural oils and powerful Ayurvedic herbs such as fenugreek, brahmi, amla, and bringraj, and pumpkin seed oil, which helps to strengthen hair, add shine, promote hair growth, stimulate hair follicles, and so much more. Even though this smells good enough to eat, please do not ingest. It says after shampooing hair, which I already did with the Miche Cleansed Shampoo. It's one of my favorite cleansers. Apply a generous amount of deep conditioner into clean, damp hair. Comb gently through hair from roots to ends to thoroughly distribute conditioner. Place a cap over hair and leave it on for 30 minutes. Rinse thoroughly with warm water. For an intense deep treatment, sit under a hooded dryer with a plastic cap over hair or sit under a hair steamer with no plastic cap for 10 to 15 minutes. Rinse thoroughly with warm water. And of course, like all Miche products, this is silicone, drying alcohol, sulfate, paraben, mineral oil, synthetic or artificial color, phthalate, or animal testing free. So that is what she looks like, nice and creamy. Y'all know I'm hyped because her peaches and cream deep conditioner was like everything for me. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm sweating. This is what happens when you have pets and they run you around like crazy. So, again, I'm starting on a clean base. I used the Miche Cleansed Shampoo. It's one of my favorite moisturizing shampoos. My cleansing schedule is a little bit off because I have not been feeling the best. So I haven't really been doing everything according to plan, but that's how my hair looks. And she feels really good. I washed out some products that were like, okay. I tried the new Pantene Gold Series hair repair stuff. It was sent to me via influencer. I didn't do a video because I asked a couple of times if you guys wanted a video on that, and I got crickets, so I didn't want to waste my time filming something y'all did not want to see. But I mean, it was okay. I wasn't a fan of the first Pantene Gold Series rollout, and these products weren't really that different. The only thing that I liked was the combing cream. So it had really, really good slip. But I feel like all of those products lack a certain degree of moisture for me. So let's talk about this texture, get to applying, and then we'll chit chat. So that's what she looks like, nice and thick. And literally smells like a pumpkin spice. I don't know if y'all have had like pumpkin spice donuts. That's what this smells like. Okay, so first things first, y'all. I know I said it a few times, but I cannot believe that we are at 5K. 5K, y'all. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just had like 100 subscribers and now I'm at 5K. You guys know I'm not really like a numbers person. I don't really set goals for what numbers I want to hit. I don't know. I feel like when you start chasing stats and analytics, I feel like you kind of just lose yourself in the mix, and that's something that I don't want to do. And I would just rather grow organically and, you know, take things as they come and receive my blessings and enjoy them, as opposed to constantly chasing more and more and more and more. I feel like when you do that, you never really enjoy it. And so a lot of you guys kept saying like, you're going to hit 5K at the end of the year. And I was like, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't, you know. If I do, that's great. And if I don't, that's cool too. But it was a really nice Christmas present because we literally hit 5K like 2 days before Christmas. And I was like, y'all love me. So thank you guys. I think this year I'm definitely going to be doing like some silent giveaways because there's a lot of people on this channel that have been supporting me from day one, watch every single one of my videos. A lot of you watch every single one of my videos several times through, which is really sweet considering how long my content is. I mean, I know y'all like long videos, so I know it's not really anything for you guys, but I'm just super duper appreciative of all of the love, of all of the support. You guys, y'all just get me. And every now and then I'll have some people come through on here that don't get me, and that's okay. At the end of the day, I know that everybody is not going to like me. Everyone's not going to like the way I do things, and they're not always going to like the stances that I take, but I've always come to you guys with honesty first. It's not trying to put on a show. It's just trying to be 100% candid with you guys. Y'all know more about me than some people that I see on a daily basis. So at this point, I feel like in a lot of ways I can tell y'all almost anything. But I'm just really appreciative, especially for those of you who have gone out of your way to watch every single video that I post. Not just the hair content, but the makeup and the fragrance content. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I only watch you for hair, but truthfully, guys, I didn't just start this channel doing hair, and a big part of the reason why people go into doing YouTube is because they want to be creatively free. They want to have that freedom to create and do the things that they love. And so when you guys support that, it just shows me even more that you guys really do love me as a person. At the end of the day, I don't want y'all to just fall in love with the hair. I want y'all to fall in love with all the parts of me, right? Because I'm not just hair. And while I'm never going to stop doing hair content, because let's be honest, I love trying new hair products. I love trying new things. I love the textures and the finishes and all the different stuff. But I also do want to be able to share other facets of my life and myself with you guys too. You guys really supported the vlogs during December, which I was also very appreciative of. My mom was shocked. She was like, I can't believe people actually care about our boring little lives. And I was like, yeah, they do. Like, people like us. And, you know, I think a lot of people really like the relationship that I have with my mom, because my mom is my bestie. It's the best part about being at home right now, you know, like, while I love having my own place, especially during COVID, like being with a family that is actually close and being able to have my mom with me, especially through all the things that I've been through over the last couple of years. You know, I think people really enjoy seeing that and just enjoy seeing just our candid, loving relationship, you know? This deep conditioner feels really good. This has tons of slip, which I expected. I don't think I read off the first 5 ingredients. The first 5 are distilled water infused with fenugreek, brahmi, amla, and bringraj, and slippery elm. So a lot of those Ayurvedic ingredients are known for their slip. Then it's the henchimonium methosulfate, cetyl alcohol, and organic pumpkin seed oil. There's also some avocado and mango butter in here, just for anyone that has, you know, allergies, nut allergies. There is also some hydrolyzed quinoa protein at the end of the ingredients list, and there's some nutmeg in here. So, but yeah, I'm just super appreciative. I'm super thankful for all of the blessings that I have received this year, for all of the meaningful connections and friendships that I have made. I think a lot of people like to tout the whole, like, I have industry friends thing, but for me, it's like the friends that I have made, like, not just in YouTube, but in the industry in terms of brands and brand owners, like, they're genuine relationships. And these are people that have supported me, not just in my work, not just on a business level, but personally. Like, I speak so highly of Charnay from Nature's Little Secret, because she has just been so good to me. She has been so supportive of me, from a business front, but also from a personal front as well. And I've made, like, genuine friendships, and I think that's what I care about more than anything. You know, YouTube could be gone tomorrow, but just because YouTube goes doesn't mean that the relationships that you've cultivated have to go, you know? And that's what I really care about most of all. So I'm just really thankful. I'm very grateful for you guys. And I'm definitely planning some giveaways, silent giveaways throughout the year, and then also some, you know, open giveaways on the channel too, because I do want to do more giveaways this year. So how have you guys been? I feel like it's been a minute since I've actually been able to ask that question, aside from, like, when I'm on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will leave all of my information in the description box. I've been trying to do better about, like, posting on Instagram and doing things on Instagram. I finally, my phone finally let me post a reel the other day, so that was cool. And that actually did, like, really well. I was surprised. Yeah, I've just been trying to kind of gauge what y'all like on there too. I'm probably never going to be one of those, like, super pretty, like, curated content creators, you know, when it comes to Instagram, because that's just not really my focus. But I will definitely be working on just increasing my presence on there. You guys that do follow me do really engage with me on Instagram, so I do want to kind of give you guys just a little bit more. But yeah, aside from that, like, life has just been kind of, you know, yeah, I'm still going through the motions. I was able to get some bomb health insurance, so thankfully I was able to get some bomb health insurance. So now all of that's done. I'm just waiting for the exception paperwork to be done so that I can, like, get my medication, you know, so that they'll cover that. And then in the meantime, they are working with the company to get me a couple of boxes. That way, if it takes a couple of months for the insurance to approve it, then I'll be good, you know? But yeah, that's the only thing. The medication is so new that no one really covers it. And I think, like, the one plan that did cover it didn't, like, wasn't in network with any of my doctors, and I'm just like, I have to have my doctors. Like, if you know my health journey, we've talked about it several times on the channel, then you know that not having my doctors is not an option. This stuff feels so good. I'm kind of starting to wish I had gotten 2, but that's okay. I have like 3 peaches and cream deep conditioners chilling right now, so you know, it's not like it's going to be the end of the world. I have enough staples to where, like, if I couldn't get my hands on limited edition products that I like, then it would be fine, you know? But sometimes I'm just like, y'all, can we just make it permanent? Like, y'all remember when we were like damn near canvassing for what is it? The hibiscus deep conditioner from Sultanicals to come back. People were like, this chick just be bitching about this conditioner. I'm like, yes, because it's good. You're welcome. That's what my hair, look at the shrinkage. She's juicy. She is juicy. Okay. I see you, Miche. I am picking up what you are putting down. I'm feeling this. But yeah, I am like super excited just to kind of get the ball rolling with 2021 and new content, new reviews, all that good stuff. Picked up some awesome products for Black Friday, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll also link that in the cards above. But yeah, I kind of brought this up on Instagram because I've been getting lots of DMs about it, about this whole thing with, I think there's like a class action against like Tresemme or something because of an ingredient, DMD hydantoin, and they said that it's making their hair fall out. And I just, listen, I love y'all, but I'm not about to be doing this XYZ brand made my hair fall out every year. Like, I cannot do it. And me personally, you know, I was looking at the photos of this lawsuit and kind of what was going on, and part of me, and I feel this way with a lot of, you know, the questions that I get here on YouTube, part of me just wonders why people continue to use products that they know are causing them allergic reactions, because what I keep seeing are allergic reactions. And I mean, you know, if you have this huge rash on your head and you keep doing that to yourself, then eventually, like, yeah, your hair's probably going to start falling out, you know? It's going to scab over and your hair's going to fall out. Like I've said before, I feel like a big issue is just that the hair care industry in general is just so underregulated in the United States. But at the same time, I also feel like, you know, we've been using a lot of these ingredients for years. And even though we really have no clue about the long-term effects, and I'm not just talking about stuff like DMD hydantoin or triethanolamine, but just in general with some of the ingredients that are so common in our hair products. I just feel like if every ingredient that everyone ever complained about was really making their hair fall out, I feel like we should all be bald at this point. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like we should all be dead ass bald. I mean, I'm just saying, because I know there's a whole lot of y'all that are still refusing to pay more than $5 for anything related to hair care. So I know that the ingredients in your products aren't that good all the time, but I mean, I've had people say the same thing to me about, God, how many brands have I had someone hop in my DMs or the comments complaining about that it gave them a rash or made their hair fall out? Let's see. Pantene, Tresemme, Divi Curl, obviously, which that definitely seemed to be a more widespread issue. And obviously I have a lot of sympathy for people who are losing their hair. Like, that is difficult. I've been there. So I know that that is not an easy situation, but I've also heard similar things about the main choice, TGIN, curls. I had someone say something similar to me about Unicurl. Like, it's just, Curlsmith. I actually had someone make a comment, like, damn near accusing me about, like, not saying anything if it was making my hair fall out. And I'm just like, I tested those products for almost 4 months. If it was making my hair fall out, don't y'all think y'all would have been able to tell? Like, I've had some thinning over the last year, and actually really like the last couple of years, and it's mainly like right here. And I've been to the dermatologist, you know, I've talked to my doctor, you know, I get my thyroid checked, all that good stuff. And aside from the fact that when I do have my cycles, I do have issues with, you know, nutrient loss, and I have to be more vigilant about that. So there are times, like right now, I'm finishing up a high medical grade dose of vitamin D, because I had a cycle that was so bad that it made me very deficient. But aside from that, they were like, it's probably just hereditary, you know? It's, I'm young, but I'm still getting older. Like, your hair changes every single, every few years, you know? Like, every day I get closer to 30. So, I mean, obviously I'm going to experience some hereditary things too. And hair loss runs in both sides of my family. And on my mom's side of the family, hair is very thin. So when it comes to that aspect of it too, like, it just, I always knew that at some point my hairline would probably recede a little bit. But like, if I really felt like, okay, I'm using this product and I'm seeing clumps of hair, like all of my hair is just falling out, or I feel like my hair is just melting into my hands, what would I look like not to say anything about? Like, like, do y'all really think I would come on here with patches in my head trying to be like, oh, this product is the best thing in the world? It made my hair fall out, but it's amazing. Like, I'm just trying, who's doing that? Who, y'all, who? I just want to know. I just want to know. But, and that was like long-term use too. Like, there were some weeks where I was only using the Curlsmith stuff. So it wasn't like it was just like, oh, I use Curlsmith and then I use She Scented and then I use blah, blah, blah. Like, there were weeks where I was really isolating the products and only using Curlsmith, just to see what my hair looked like in comparison to other things that I was using on a regular basis. So, you know, I really feel like we just really need to get back to a place of actually, one, using some common sense, but doing real research, not just typing something into a Google search and just believing the first thing you read, but like, go to a library and actually get access to some of these journals and some of these books, and actually do real research if these are the things that you want to know. But it's what, 2 people out of all the people on the planet that use Tresemme, it's 2 people. And I mean, like, let's be honest, like, Tresemme is going to pay them off. I don't really think that that proves much of anything until there's actual, like, real serious research done, you know, empirical studies with real decent populations. Like, I don't think that there is anything that we can say in relation to this ingredient that is really going to help us. There are a lot of things that we use in the United States that is not allowed to be used in other countries. And part of the lack of information on those ingredients is part of the reason why. But I feel like just as a society as a whole, I feel like we just kind of get lazy and we just don't do the work that needs to be done. And I mean that on a scientific front and a consumer front. You know, like I said, I know it's hard losing your hair. There was a period of time in college before I had even went natural, when everything had kind of like hit the fan with my endo, and I was just exhausted. My hair was falling out. Like, it was a lot. It's never easy when your hair is falling out. And I think sometimes when it comes down to stuff like that, people want somebody to blame. But it's kind of like I said on Instagram, like, I'm just really tired of seeing people having these allergic reactions and not doing anything about it. Like, you see that you're allergic to something, and it's just interesting to me because a lot of the times, like, I'll see people say they had the same reactions to multiple brands, you know? And it's like, clearly there's something in common there that you're allergic to. And I know that we have a huge healthcare gap in the system. I know that we have a huge wage gap in this country, but like, if you have the ability to go get that looked at and get that tested, like, why wouldn't you? Why would you keep just, I don't know. I couldn't see myself, if I know that more than one isolated incident of me using hair products and I ended up with these huge rashes and just my scalp being torn up, I would go get it checked out and go find out exactly what it is, because that's not something that I want to keep taking a chance with, you know? And there's so many things in a product that could be causing that reaction too. Like I mentioned, essential oils. Essential oils can cause horrible reactions. Have y'all ever just like accidentally put way too much tea tree oil on your skin, not diluted? Like the real deal hasn't been diluted in the bottle. It's nothing but tea tree oil. It burns you. It burns your skin. There are so many ingredients that we put in hair products that if whoever is formulating it isn't being mindful, or they maybe don't completely know what they're doing, or they're just not getting their stuff quality control tested, like essential oils can cause a lot of issues. They're well-known irritants, which is why a lot of people in the skincare community are heavily against essential oils in skincare. Sorry, I have this little knot right here. I'm trying to see if I can work her out. I really want people to stop playing with their health this year. I see a lot of people do it, and I've seen a lot of people doing it since I started my channel here. And if you know something is not right, if you keep having these reactions, stop letting them fester, especially because a lot of times allergies, like they do increase over time. Like they definitely will increase over time as you get older. And so like for me personally, I found out that I am allergic to wasps at work. Thankfully I'm not deathly allergic yet, but I had no clue that I was allergic to wasps. I had been stung by a wasp before. I had no reaction whatsoever, and this was maybe like 5 years ago. I've had, you know, seasonal allergies, but as far as like having severe allergic reactions to anything, no. But when I got stung at work that day, I told you guys about this a few months ago. I got stung at work, and I was sitting in the back room, and I was popping Benadryl like it was candy, and I had this rash going from like where it stung me out across my breasts, like onto my shoulders and like up my neck. And it scared the living crap out of me. And if my manager really thought I was not going to leave work and go to the doctor, I'm just like, you really think I'm going to sit here with this rash going across me and like not go to the doctor and like not do anything about it? Like, you've lost your fucking mind. Like she really thought I was just going to keep popping Benadryl and then go back to work. Like, see, that's why retail is bullshit. That's why I have really hit the ground running over the last few months. Looking for jobs, and I've really started to look for jobs outside of Winston because there isn't anything here that I want. There isn't anything here that is going to advance my career or make me happy, and so I've just come to the resolve that I need to stop looking here and go elsewhere. So that's what I've been doing, and retail is just such a bitch. But yeah, like I just found out like this year that I am allergic to wasps. But I wasn't going to be like, oh, well, I might be allergic and I'm just going to go home and, you know, take a nap and hope that it goes away and hope I never get stung again. Like, no. Especially because I love being outdoors. Like, I love to go hiking and stuff. So I need to know that I am allergic to wasps so that I can make sure I have an EpiPen with me just in case. Because I love to go foraging. I've done a lot of research, you know, forestry research. So I need to be aware so that I can have the things that I need to have when I go do those things. Like, especially if I get another job, like in field research, I gotta make sure I have that. Like, it's bad enough. Like, y'all know how many snakes I done stepped over? I don't know how I haven't been bit. I don't know how I haven't been bit, but I have definitely stepped over a few snakes. Thankfully, none of them were copperheads, because if they were copperheads, they definitely would have bit me. But, you know, so it's just like all that mindfulness, that knowing what's going on so that you can actually tackle it properly. Because I'll just be honest with you, like, if you went to a doctor for hair loss, the first thing that they're going to do is not going to be, oh, well, it's probably because of this hair product you're using, you know? There's going to be about 50,000 things that they're going to test you for before they will even consider that it is something in your hair products. I'm just being real with you guys. And I don't want you to feel like I'm being naive in this situation, because I know there are some ingredients that aren't the best for people, you know? And I say aren't the best for people because from a scientific standpoint, then it's the dose. It's not always the ingredient, it's the dosage. But I digress on that. So like for me, when I notice something going on with my hair, first thing they check is my thyroid. I have so many hormonal issues. Like it's not something that I could just honestly be like, okay, it's my hair products, you know? Like y'all have sat here and watched me use God knows how many hair products. I have hundreds of videos on this channel. And so I feel like, you know, like y'all see how these products react to my hair, whether it's super natural and organic, or it is like fresh out the beauty supply store for $2. Like, y'all have seen it all on my head. So yeah, like if I went to the doctor and I got tested, they would do so many different tests before they would even be like, okay, so this product is making your hair fall out. And 9 times out of 10, if they did mention a product, like they would test you to see what ingredients you're allergic to. They would do an entire panel. And I feel like there's a lot of people who reach out to me with these questions that really just need to go get that panel done. Like, I feel like y'all like really playing with your skin health here, because like, or what if, you know, at some point like that allergy increases, you know, and you're not sure exactly what ingredient it is that is causing this, and next thing you know, you go into anaphylaxis. Like that, to me, that scares me, like for some of you guys. I just want more people to be mindful with their health this year. And I feel like people take stances on ingredients, people take stances on all these different things in the natural hair community, but still fail to do the things that are necessary to make sure that they are remaining healthy and doing what they need to do for themselves. Like, I don't get it. I feel like people are so quick to jump to conclusions instead of doing the necessary things to make sure that it isn't certain things. Because, I mean, okay, you can file a class action, but what if it's not that ingredient? And then you continue to use other brands and other products that don't have that ingredient, but do actually have the ingredient that you're allergic to, and you keep, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I making sense here? Probably not. I feel like I'm rambling, but, you know, I feel like the most common ingredients amongst every product, regardless of whether it's natural or not, is aloe vera, coconut oil, and glycerin. So, you know, a lot of you guys are freaking out about DMD hydantoin, and you don't even use products that have this ingredient. But yeah, I was looking at some of those pictures and I was like, those rashes, why were y'all still using those? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, just take care of your hair and your skin this year, y'all. Stop using shit that's making you break out or making you itchy. Like, I have people tell me like, oh, this product makes me itchy, and I'm like, okay, well, why are you still using it? Oh, well, I wanted to see if it would, you know, not do it again. And I'm just like, but why? But yeah, that's my little rant about that. I mean, that's just going to be what it is. I feel like there's always going to be like another ingredient, another product that people are saying is making their hair fall out and stuff like this. And that's not me just crediting anyone with the whole Divi Curl thing. There were a lot of people having crazy reactions to that, and a lot of us had that discussion. And like I said, I don't think it was necessarily 100% Divi Curl. I think it was a mixture of the people that they were working with and who they were sourcing their ingredients from, and improper storage. because I mean, with a lot of these things, like, you don't know how long some stuff be sitting out there, especially if you're buying products from people who aren't authorized to sell. Like, if you're going to Food Lion and you see Divi Curl bottles, they're not authorized to sell Divi Curl, so don't buy it. You know how long that thing is sitting on the shelf. But I did want to share some products with you guys. So I was shocked. I still keep having people begging me to review this line. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not even remotely interested in it, so I probably won't start this video off with a bunch of enthusiasm, but I got Gabrielle Union's hair products. I sound so excited, right? They did a curl box. It was like $20, so I just went ahead and got it because y'all kept begging me to review it. But it's like, I was just surprised because when I asked you guys, like, did you want to see Taraji's line, y'all were like, girl, save your money. And I was like, I just assumed that y'all would feel the same way about Gabrielle Union's line. But so they gave us a 3-minute restoring conditioner. I think all of these have Brazilian Bacuri butter, olive oil, and castor seed oil. There is a scalp soothing tonic. I'm all for scalp soothing products. The detangling leave-in conditioner. The hydrating curl refresher spray, which I think it doesn't really make sense. Like, you have a spray leave-in and a spray refresher. Okay. And then the defining curl cream. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I am kind of disappointed that they didn't send a cleanser though. I feel like they should have sent a shampoo, the conditioner, just nixed the refresher spray, because I mean, let's be honest, you can use a leave-in as a refresher spray, and then gave us the styler. There's no gel in this collection, so. I also picked up some of the new products from Carol's Daughter. I got the Wash Day Delight, the rose water one, and it has a really nice rose water smell. I love the original Wash Day Delight, so I had to try that one. And then I also got the rose water Wash Day Delight Dream Detangler Jelly to Cream Conditioner with aloe and glycerin. I'm really excited to try this too. But it definitely has like a jelly texture. It was funny though, because y'all know the Main Choice came out with their new Metabolism line. I saw it in my Sally's, but I didn't have a chance to really like mull over buying anything. But I will definitely go back and get those products. But people were complaining about the texture of the deep conditioner, and I was like, that deep conditioner looks exactly like this. They also added this Cocoa Creme Curl Shaping Cream Gel to the collection, and I was really interested in it. I never got the butter because, one, I don't use them enough, but I'm also not a huge fan of the smell. It's one of those like cloying tropical scents, but I was really intrigued by the texture. So we'll see how this goes. And I also picked up, so excited about this, I got Issa Rae's hair care line. I picked up this kit from Sienna Naturals. I'm so excited to do this video. And I will say, these products look good and they look interesting. I think this spilled a little bit. So I got the Happy Shampoo, the Plant Power Protein and Moisture Repair Deep Conditioner, the Do Magic Leave-In Conditioning Creme, and the Lock and Seal oil. And I like that this looks like it's glass, but it's not glass. So I can use it and not have to worry about it breaking or anything. There's some pretty good ingredients in here, and it smells like very natural. Like, it just smells like the raw ingredients. It doesn't smell like anything fruity or anything like that. So I'm super hyped to try those. That's really the only like hair products I've purchased that have like come out recently. There are some other things I want, but I haven't seen them in store and I'm not about to order them online. So there's that. But on this deep conditioner, this is how much I used a third of the jar. So it feels really, really good. The slip is great. It's one of those products where you will keep adding it because it just feels so good going on the hair. Definitely has more slip than the Peaches and Cream deep conditioner. But this has ingredients in it that I knew would give it that extra slip. So this is great for detangling. It really was soaking into the hair and plumping up my curls. I think that's Ellie throwing herself at the door. So I'm gonna go sit up underneath my deep conditioning cap for like 20-25 minutes, and then I'll come back and I'll show y'all what we're working with. All right, so it's definitely not been like 25 minutes. It's been more like an hour and 45. I was watching Bridgerton, don't judge me. I got kind of caught up, but this is how my hair is looking and it feels so good. This is actually really, really nice. So this does definitely, like, it's moisturizing, but you can still feel some strength to it. I would say you can feel a little bit more strength to it than the strength, like the actual strengthen deep conditioner that y'all know is one of my favorite deep conditioners. This really did a good job of plumping up my curls. They feel very soft and velvety, but they still have some extra oomph behind them. My hair is also very shiny. It's not just shiny in front of the camera, it's shiny in person as well. So overall, I really like this. I still Peaches and Cream is like everything for me right now. Peaches and Cream and Strengthen are like the top for me, but this is really, really nice. I hope that she brings this back and maybe offers it like only during the fall time, instead of just doing like limited releases. Just offer it like, I don't know, October through December, because this is really, really nice and I think it definitely deserves to be back. So yeah, that is it for this installment of Self-Care Sunday. Definitely a success. The deep conditioner was bomb. I hope that Miche brings it back at some point because it's really, really nice and I think it's worth letting more people try it, you know what I mean? So let me know, did you get your hands on this? Did you try it? What do you think? It's really good. It's still, Peaches and Cream is still topping her though. Peaches and Cream is still like kind of my everything, but I do like it more than the sugar cookie one. I feel like if she didn't bring the sugar cookie back, I don't think anyone would really miss it. I do really like the peppermint one though. But this one I still feel is better, way better than the sugar cookie one. I think she could just not really worry about the sugar cookie one. And I think people would be okay. But this one, the Peaches and Cream and the peppermint ones are definitely ones that I feel like deserve to come back at some point. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of Self-Care Sunday and enjoyed watching my little journey with this deep conditioner. I am going to be trying to get back to posting these like regularly on Sundays, but there may be days where I, you know, incorporate other content in Sundays. I got a lot of requests for more vlogs, so I might do like one a month, you know, and just kind of ease into that. But yeah, we'll just see. Like I said, Self-Care Sunday's been around for a hot minute. I don't want to not do it, but I also want to make sure I'm doing other things too. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope y'all are doing well, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.